We live in a world that celebrates hustle culture. We think that if we push harder, drive harder, grind, do all the things that we're supposed to do, then somehow that will equal success, that will give us what we want. And it's not necessarily about working hard. It seems to just be about pushing. It's focused on the output and not necessarily considering your own body, your own human condition, and what you're actually capable of. You don't necessarily work in an optimal state. You're not necessarily always doing good work. You're just doing a lot of work. And that can become a problem because the more you're hyper focused on grinding and doing all of this work of hustling, the more you're slowly and quietly drifting away from the life that you really want to live. And I get it, because when you're grinding, when you're kicking the goals and crossing things off on the to-do list, dopamine rises, you get a rush, it feels good, it feels like you're being positive, it feels like you're taking these steps. But that at the same time reduces awareness, and that's one of the byproducts of hyperfocus. It's one of the byproducts of this hustle culture that we fail to see. A real reduction in awareness. Those blinkers that we put on that might actually help us to do all of that work and achieve all of those outputs are actually stopping us from seeing what's really going on. And the problem with this is that the more that you do it, the more that you stay in this zone, in this hustle zone and pushing without seeing, without being aware, is that you burn out. You're not aware until too late what's happening. And then you get caught out and your body starts to react. You break down. You might have other challenges come into your life that you haven't been able to see. You slowly start to fall apart and then you can't keep things together. Then it feels like everything's starting to crumble. Despite the fact that you're kicking all these goals, that you're doing what you're supposed to do, that you're hustling. What I find in my work is that most people focus on systems and processes to get into the zone, to focus on how to get themselves into a state to be productive, to do lots of work. But very few people actually consider systems that help you to get out of that state. I call them off-ramps. How do you set in place off-ramps on that freeway so that when you need to, you can drive off? You can give yourself a break. You can give yourself that reset that will give you that perspective, that will give you that awareness, and that will allow you to take better control of your internal body, your internal feelings, and help to avoid that burnout. Help to stop you making that crash down the road that's going to catch you by surprise. So here are 3 key off-ramps that I use in my life and I use with my coaching clients. Those people who are focused and hyper-focused on grinding and need a way to step back. One of the first things I do is set in place a 90-minute reset. Every 90 minutes, you have to get up from your desk or put down your phone or walk away from wherever it is that you're working and just take a moment. Just become aware of the world around you. Go for a walk. I don't care how in the zone you are in that moment. I sometimes use a timer. I have an egg timer here on my desk that I use. I don't care how in the flow you are, you have to break it. You have to get up. You have to stop and walk away for a moment just to reconnect with yourself. Do some breathing exercises. Go and get a drink of water. Get something to eat. But getting away from that desk gives you that perspective, even if just a little bit. And if you start to get into this habit of doing this often, you'll start to see the separation between yourself and the work. You won't become so connected to it that you can't see the world around you. The second is about stopping before you're exhausted. Stop before you get to the end. I remember a quote I once read, I think it was by the author Ernest Hemingway, who says that he always stops writing for the day when he knows what's coming next. Rather than pushing through, rather than feeling like, oh, I know what's going to happen next. I know what the next piece of work is. I know what the next program is I have to build or the next line of code I have to write or whatever it is. Stop in that moment. If it's getting near the end of the day, if it's getting to a place where you can finish for the day, stop it. Once you know what's coming next, then it makes it easier to start the next day. So you don't have to be worried about losing that momentum, losing that work that you're doing, losing all of that, the stuff that you'd be building up. That's great if you've had a successful day. That's great if you're actually being able to do and achieve some of the things that you want. But if you know the very next thing that you're going to do, maybe that's a time to break, to step away, to go and enjoy a meal, spend some time with the kids, with your family. Do something a little bit differently. But because that way you're safe in the knowledge that when you return the next day, you know the very next step that you need to take. The third step is a really simple one. Listen to your body. You will get feedback, you will get data, information from inside you that you need to listen to. If you feel tired one day, or if you feel tired one night, or if you feel just something isn't right, listen to that. Give yourself permission to step away. Maybe you think, hey, I'm not going to work tonight. I'm going to go to the movies. I'm going to sit on the couch and watch TV. Give yourself that permission and know that it's okay. It's actually like refueling the car when you think about it. So if you're driving along and the engine starts to splutter a bit and you look down and then you notice, okay, I'm nearly empty in my tank. I better stop. I better fill up. You would do it. And yet we don't do that with ourselves. We don't do that with our body. When we notice those things happening, we don't pull over to the side, pull into that gas station and refill the tank. So give yourself permission. If you feel like you need to turn off for a night, then turn off. Don't push through. Because I promise you, the work you do in that time won't be good work. It will make you feel more disconnected. Then you want to push harder to make up for it. But if you step back, if you refill, if you take that time, then when you come back, you'll be stronger. You'll be ready to do new things. You'll be able to better gain perspective on what it is that you're doing and regain some of that awareness of what's happening in your life. I hope these 3 tips have been helpful in redesigning your life and actually stepping back from hustle culture. Because when you do this, when you actually control it better, when you control your work better, you're able to produce amazing results. You're able to produce so much incredible work, so many incredible things, and so many great ideas. It seems counterintuitive, but stepping back, pulling back, stepping away is key to creating the life that you want. We don't just need to push forward, fly down that highway at 100 miles an hour, not caring about what's going on around us. We need to slow down. We need to take those off ramps. You need to listen to your body, because when you do, it's almost like you supercharge yourself. And again, I know it sounds ironic. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but slow down to speed up. When you slow down, you'll do more better work. When you slow down, you'll be so surprised about what you can see, what you can realize, all of the options that are around you, all of the things that you could create. But you have to make that active decision to slow down first, to take that off ramp and not be so subscribed to pushing yourself, to be hyper-focused on hustle culture, because I promise you that's only going to lead to a crash. Thank you for watching this week. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you again next time.